Hello my gorgeous friends on the internet, how you are doing? Okay, welcome to another amazing video. Today we are going to look at Firebase dynamic linking. All right, so I'm going to show what is Firebase dynamic linking. So basically it's a way whereby we can with dynamic linking we can actually redirect a user to Play Store if our app is not installed, and if our app is installed, they will be redirected to our app. Yeah, so this is how it works. If for instance you generate a link, a dynamic link, and share it with your friends or whosoever, and once they click on the link, it will take them to Play Store to download your app if they don't have the app already. Okay, and if they already have the app, then you can send it automatically. Dynamic link will send it to your app, will send the user to your app, and you can perform any action. So you can actually use it to share link. You can use it to share, let's say for instance you are building a referral system. Okay, so once a user clicks on a link, they'll be able to copy the referral link and you attach the code to that link. So once the user clicks on that link, it will take them to your app and automatically redirect them to the sign up page and automatically pre-fill the referral page, like the referral field, like a test form field, which the referral code automatically without the user typing it. Or if you are building a social media app, or let's say you're building a shopping app, and then you copy the link of a merchant store, okay, or a product to your user, and then you send it to your friends or whoever, anybody, and once they click on that link, it will take them to that specific page in your app, okay, that store page that you want them to see. If they don't have it, it will take them to Play Store, and after downloading the app on Play Store or App Store, it will still direct them to that very place in your application. So that's basically how Firebase dynamic linking work, and I believe that's actually what you're searching for that made you click on this video. Okay, so to get that stuff running, we're going to be using Firebase. Yeah, Firebase dynamic link. I believe there's so many dynamic linking SDKs out there, but so far Firebase has been doing the work for me. Okay, so for this is actually Tel. Tel is one of my apps that I created a long time ago. So with Tel, we can actually extract text from photo. You can listen to text, extract text from PDF, and yeah, so you can actually check it out. It's actually available on Play Store, so you can check it out, download it, and see how it works. Okay, so yeah, so quickly what we are going to do, the first thing first is to go to your Firebase account. I've already added this app. Okay, so I've already added this project to Firebase already, so it's already registered on Firebase. And so I believe you already know how to add your app, register your app with Firebase. If you don't know, I've already created a video one time. I'm going to drop the link in the description below. So what is going to happen whenever we click on this tell someone, is going to copy the link, the URL. It is going to create a dynamic link for us, and then we can share it anywhere, and once the user clicks it will open the app for us. Okay, and for this we are going to focus on Android, but it's still going to work for iOS, the same method. Okay, but the reason why I'm doing it for Android is because we already have our app on App Store, so the app is now available on Apple Store, so that's why. And you also want to make sure you know the bundle ID or the package name of the app. All right, so the first thing you want to do is to go to your Firebase console, register your app and everything. Then you go to dynamic links. If you can't get it, just go to engage. I think you'll see dynamic link there, and once you click it, if you're opening it for the first time, you should see a button get started. Okay, click on the button get started. If you have a custom domain, you can actually add it, but if you don't, which is what I did because I don't have any custom domain, so I just generated the one that Firebase gave us, and it gave me this link, and immediately click on continue. It will just take you to this page, so you don't really have to do anything here. But if you want to create your link by yourself manually, you can do that. But what we want to do is just to create it programmatically inside our app without actually interacting with Firebase. All right, so you have to make sure you know this link already, all right, to get started. All right, so without many words, let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is to actually add, so you can go through this documentation to read it out, and don't just watch my videos and say that's all. You need to actually understand what is going on, so make sure you read this very please and see how Firebase dynamic link work. All right, so the next thing I need to do now is to actually add a dependency to actually start integrating it. So I'm going to copy this guy. Okay, and yeah, I'm going to add it quickly. So while that is adding, I think there are also other things I need to set up. So this is actually a method where we can use to create the dynamic link. Yeah, then you use it to create dynamic link, short or long or unguessable, whichever one. So you can actually create a social tag. That is if you're building a social store and you want to share the tag, image, or whatever. So you can use this one to define the title of the link you are sending, the image URL, and the subtitle as well. So that aside, I think another thing again needs to be done. Like, so if we want to receive dynamic link, there are various things we need to do to be able to receive dynamic links. All right. So the first one is to add this Android intent. So this will help us to actually accept it. All right. So we're going to go to our app and scroll down to your main activity page. So inside here now, note that is actually outside activity, your main app activity. Okay. So we're going to add it here, and you will change this example.com to your app package name. So my app package name is app.tel. Yeah. So we're going to change it to app.tel. So whatever is your app package name, you want to make sure you change it to that guy. All right. Then for iOS, since I'm not going to be dealing with iOS, this is the only thing you just need to add for iOS. The info.plist file, you're going to add this guy inside your Firebase dynamically custom domains, and then you define the domains that you're actually going to be redirecting the users to. So nothing much, just add it inside your plist file, and that's all. All right. So yeah, moving on now, the next thing we are going to do is actually, yeah, we almost set. It's just to create the function that will actually handle all those bits. Okay. So the first thing I will do is to come over here. I think I have a util folder here. I'm just going to create a class, and I will call it dynamic link. So inside here, I'm just going to create a simple class, and that will handle creating the dynamic link and also initializing the dynamic link. So I will call this dynamic link provider. Yeah, that works. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to create the link, but before I do that, I need to create a custom link for myself. So I'll be creating a custom URL. So you want to make sure that it has your package name intact, because we already defined here that it's going to accept our package name app.tel. So you want to make sure your URL has that domain. So we're just going to have HTTPS. Yeah. So we have app.tel, which is your app package name. Then you can call this, let's say link. Let's say for instance, I want to send a link. So it can be hello world, like so. All right. So that's actually data I want to pass. I want to create and send to the users. All right. So what I can do here next is to call a function create link, like so, and it's going to be asynchronous, yeah, like that. And if you want this link now to be dynamic, let's say, okay, for example, you are building a referral system. Okay, so you can just call this ref. Okay, and this code needs to change based on the referral code. So what you can do in that case is just to create a string ref code. So whenever you are creating whenever the user wants to share their referral code, it will just automatically pass in the referral code of the user there. All right, so we're just going to do it like this. Then inside here we just have our ref code. Okay, yeah, this works. Awesome. So yeah, once we do that, we can now create the parameters. So we can just say Firebase dynamic link, no, not Firebase, dynamic link parameter, I believe. Yeah, so I can call these parameters, and we have our dynamic link parameter. So it has a link, it has a URI prefix. So the link now is going to, the URI prefix, the link is going to take a URI dot pass. Then I will not pass this link which you created here, which is this URL. All right, and then the URI prefix is just going to be a single string of this guy that we have here. All right, that we created, our custom domain. So this guy, read aloud.page.link. So I don't know how to copy this guy. Okay, so I will just see if I can type that. HTTPS read aloud .page.link. All right, so that's pretty much it. And once we do that, it actually has various parameters which you can work with. It has Android parameters, iOS parameter, and it also has social media tag parameters. Yeah, if you're sharing to social media, so that the thumbnail of what you're sharing will show. But we are not going to be dealing with that, so we're just going to leave that part. But need to pass in the Android parameter. So it has the package name of our app, which is app.tel. And the version, so this minimum version refers to like the minimum version of our app that we want this dynamic linking to work. So you can actually set it to start from 21 or 19, but I want my own to just, any version should accept it. So I just put a minimum version to be 0. I'll do the same thing for iOS parameters as well. So bundle ID, I don't know the bundle ID of my iOS app, but I will just put app.tel. Okay. Since we are not testing for iOS, so then the string, which is the minimum version, is actually a string, so I will just pass 0 there. All right, so make sure you put constant to get rid of this warning. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for that. You can actually set your social media tag, but we won't be doing that. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to create the dynamic link. So I'll have a Firebase dynamic link, so I'll call link, and I will await this guy Firebase dynamic link dot instance. All right, so from there now I'm going to create the link. So I'll create the link and I'll call it await ref link. Let me call it ref link equal to link dot I think I will call build short link. Then I'll pass the parameters, okay, the parameters which you just created here. All right, so I need to make this guy a future of string because we'll be returning a string. All right, so once that is done, I'm going to call return ref link dot short url dot to string. Awesome, so we are pretty good to go. So I won't really go. Let me say, after creating this guy now, I'm going to create another one to actually initialize dynamic link. Okay, so we are going to monitor this guy. So if it's actually existing, if the dynamic link is not null, then we can actually perform some action. And so this is the part that you can take the user now to the ref code, like to the sign up page, and they will do their stuff. So let me just show you how that is done. So you can just have a void initialize a dynamic link. I will call it like that, and it's going to be a synchronous and I will call Firebase. I think it's going to be the instance. Let's just create the instance of the link, and I will call await Firebase. Okay, this is supposed to be Firebase dynamic links. Okay, dot instance dot get initial link. All right, so this works. Then I will just check. I'll quickly check if the link. So we just create if the instance link is not equal to null. All right. So once it's not null, that means the user is coming from the user opened our app through the link. But if it's null, that means the user opened the app normally. All right. So once it's not null, we can actually retrieve the link, that is the ref link. Okay. This should be URI. So we can retrieve the ref link from the instance link dot link like so. So once we get that guy now, what we can do next is maybe we can just check if the ref link dot parameter, like the query parameter, if it contains the key of what's the key that we created? Ref. So you can actually create so many dynamic links, so you need to actually keep track of which of them, you understand? So if it contains ref, that means you are taking the user to the ref page and all those stuff. Yeah. So if the link, because you can actually create more than one link, you can actually call this one code, the parameter will change and all those stuff. Yeah. So if it contains ref, you can take them to the ref page, but since I'm not going to be handling that individually, I will just have to show a simple share button. Okay, once the user comes to our app, this is just for practice sake, so you might want to actually change that. Okay, so we can just say this is the link. Okay, so I will just call ref link dot, I think that works, just ref link dot data. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it, and nothing much to do. So during creation of this link, remember I told you that we are going to create a link whenever the user taps on this guy, tell someone. And remember, this thing works with internet, so you want to make sure the user already have internet access. Okay, so I'm going to go to this guy where I have tell someone. I think it's, I don't know where it is. Okay, it should be in my home page. All right, so I have this share button here. So this is the button. So what I'm going to do is just to call the dynamic link class, dynamic link provider dot create link. Then the ref code, I can just pass my ref code. Okay, so you can pass the user's ref code. Then you can await the response dot then we can call share dot share to actually copy the link that was generated. Okay, yeah, that works. And once we do this, we also need to initialize the dynamic linking. So whenever the user opens the app, we need to check if the user came through dynamic link or the user came through normal app login. Okay, so inside my main page, I'm just going to call dynamic link provider dot initialize link. Awesome, so that's pretty much everything we need. For this, I'm going to kill the app and rebuild it again. So just give it some few seconds to build and we can actually test this guy. So for some reason, I may not be pushing this code to GitHub because this is more like my private project. Yeah, I think let me know if you guys need the code. All right, so but I don't really know if I'll be pushing it. So I think we have some issues here. Android manifest, intent filter, blah blah blah. Android resource, so we actually having issues here. It's not properly linked, so let's see where the issue might be coming from. The intent filter, I'm just going to move it inside the activity. I think that should be the best place for this guy to be, so I'm going to put it inside here. Yeah, inside the activity intent. So let me quickly build the app again to see what happens. All right, so that works. We just had to put it inside. I think I was putting it in the wrong position. All right, so now it works. The next thing we are going to do now is to actually generate the link. So just click on this tell someone and make sure you have it active internet connection because this thing works with internet. All right, so let's click and see what happens. Yeah, you can see the link has been created, https read allow.page.this. So we're going to copy it. And so the next thing I'm going to do now is to actually paste it in here and see what happens. Okay, so since our app is installed, it's going to open the app for us. Yay, so you can see the app has been opened, but right now dynamic linking is not called, right? Yeah, the share button is not showing. That's because we are still on the state, I believe, something like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, since I already copied the link, I'm going to close the app completely. I think it should work now once the app is closed. And we can open this, paste, and let's see if the share button is going to show up. All right, so let's see what happens. Yeah, this is the link, null. Yeah, it's showing null right now, so I don't know why it's showing null. Let's see what we are doing. This is not necessary because I said if it's not okay. I'm actually sending reflink.data. I'm supposed to say okay. Let's leave that bit first. Let's test what happens if we don't have the app. Okay, then we are going to come to that later from my apps and see what happens. So I'm going to click on the link. All right, so you know the app is already on Play Store, so you can see it just took us to Play Store because the app is not installed already. Yeah, so this is cool. If you click install now, it's going to install, but currently this app that is on Play Store doesn't have dynamic linking on it already, so I think that's why it won't work. But you can see once the app is not installed, it will take us to it's going to take us to Play Store, but if we're actually doing it for iOS, it's still going to take us to iOS Store. Awesome. So let's build the app, and okay, I'm going to kill this first. Let's quickly build this guy. Think I just have to get the parts. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I'm going to build the app now and see, because initially we were getting null, and null is not supposed to be the case. Yeah, so we are supposed to get the main link, the data, which is this guy. And okay, let's see what happens first. Okay, it's still showing this guy. Remove it and let's click on tell. Okay, so I'm going to quickly close this guy, quickly go here. All right, let's see what happens. This is the link. I think part is not really there, so I'm just going to say ref link dot query parameters. So I'm going to get the ref code, okay, that is there. So that's how I'm going to get this ref code here that we are passing. All right, so you need to make sure you get the query parameter. So I'm just going to pass ref link dot query parameters ref. All right, so I'm going to quickly build this guy again, and then I will kill it and then just test it for the last time. Okay, so I'm going to quickly tell someone. Okay, I think I clicked that guy twice. Tell someone, and now tell someone need to go out. All right, so once we clear that guy out, I'm going to paste it here, so you can actually share this link with your friends. Yep, you can see the ref ID is actually hidden, so the user will not be able to see, only the app that will be able to read it. So let's see if we are going to get the ref ID. Awesome. So check this code. You can see ref link dot query parameters ref, and if we look here now, you can see we have the ref, which is the ref code. So if you look at the ref code that we actually copied, that we actually passed through into this guy now, where can I get it? Okay, so if you look at it now, you can see it's DKFDK is actually similar to what we have here, exactly the same thing. So with this now, we can actually monitor if the user, you can actually create so many parts. Okay, you can check if the part is this, you will navigate the user to a specific page in your app. Yeah, maybe a shop page or whatever page you want. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me know if you find anything confusing. Put it down in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.